those polls close here in South Carolina. But no time to rest for either Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders, as both are already looking ahead to Tuesday, Super Tuesday as they call it. Hillary Clinton just wrapping up in Fairfield, Alabama at a Get Out and Vote rally. CNN correspondents Chris Freites and Joe Jones are with me. And Chris, you were there at the Clinton event. What did she say? How is she trying to take it home, not just here, but especially on Super Tuesday?
Hey, Poppy, I'll tell you, we saw a very relaxed, a very confident Hillary Clinton, and her speech here was very forward-looking. It sounded like someone who was feeling the speech for a Democratic nominee. They're very confident coming out of South Carolina that they're going to win, and they want to crush Bernie Sanders and get that momentum going into Super Tuesday. And no surprise, we're at a historically black college here, Miles College outside Birmingham, and she talked about issues that are very important to the African-American community. Let's take a listen.
I know there are a lot of people here who care about voting rights. Well, we've got to do more to protect them from constant encroachment, where too many states are trying to constrict who gets to vote, make it hard for people to vote. What part of democracy are they afraid of? I know that among the barriers we still have to knock down is systemic racism. Too many people who feel left out and left behind. And we've got to reform our criminal justice system and end the era of mass incarceration.
So there you have it, Poppy. Hillary Clinton talking about voting rights, criminal justice reform, systemic racism, and that is not by accident. They are here in Alabama because Hillary Clinton wants to have a very strong showing throughout the South on Super Tuesday. We're talking about our home state of Arkansas, Georgia, Texas. They really want to sweep the South on the strength of their African-American support. So something to look for in South Carolina tonight is not just does Hillary Clinton win, but what are the margins? How much does she turn out the African-American vote? If it's higher than expected, that could bode very well for Super Tuesday and the excitement she's able to generate going forward, Poppy.
Such a good point to make, Chris. It's not just what the numbers show here in terms of total votes for both candidates in South Carolina. It's who voted for whom, of course, and what does that portend for the rest of the South, especially come Super Tuesday. We've got about 6 of the states with a big African-American voting bloc. All right, thank you so much. Joe Johns, to you. Big story today here in South Carolina, here in Columbia, seems to be actually what you're not seeing, and that's a huge turnout at the polls. Is that right?
I think that's true. We've been to 3 different polling stations, 2 inside Columbia, 1 just outside Columbia, and we haven't seen that many people, quite frankly. This is the Forest Heights Elementary School polling station in Columbia, South Carolina. They've seen over 200 people come through, a big crowd this morning. But talking to the South Carolina Election Commission, one of the things I think that's interesting, despite the fact that they say there is light to low turnout, steady in some places, that they've seen a large number of absentee ballots come in through the mail and from other locations. In fact, that number is something like 53,747 absentee ballots coming in, a number that could change by the end of the day after they open all the mail. That's compared to a 60,000 number of absentee ballots that they saw just last weekend with the Republican primary, and that primary, of course, broke a record. So we're seeing low turnout on the Democratic side, but a lot of absentee ballots compared to high turnout on the Republican side with a lot of absentee ballots, Poppy.
We'll see who that helps more, right, Clinton or Sanders. Joe Johns, thank you. Coming up next, African-American voters, they hold the key for Democrats in South Carolina's primary. I sat down with 8 of them